Guys, did y'all get your tickets?
What?
Oh.
No.
Gun show.
He thinks he's Kratos.
Why?
I don't know.
I am the god of war.
Okay,
No.
then take your shirt off.
What?
Take your shirt off. Kratos never wears a shirt. He always has his massive pecs on display. Take your shirt off.
Fair.
Not wrong.
No.
Then you, sir, are not the god of war. Good day.
Drop the beat. And welcome back. I am the God of War, and
No, you're
this
not.
is Controllers and Keyboards Podcast. But you might notice something different. You could potentially be enjoying this a little different than what you're used to.
It's
We're
live.
streaming the recording of the show live on
live.
Twitch at CNK Crew. So if you're not watching this and you're hearing this, next week you know to watch out because
You missed out.
We're
we're
live,
gonna
y'all.
record it. And we're gonna save this recording. We're gonna put it on YouTube. We're trying to give you people more options to enjoy us.
Yep.
Yep,
We're pretty awesome.
That's what the world
as
needed.
you should.
Yeah, I mean,
We do what we
what
do.
the world.
Just makes no sense, right?
Yeah,
We do what we do.
this is weird. Do I look at y'all? Do I look
do
at the
a camera.
camera?
Why don't you tell these people in Twitch land who we are?
Who are we?
We are Controllers and Keyboards. We are your source for everything gaming. We talk about video games
Sometimes.
most of
Apparently,
the
we
time.
spend a lot of time talking about Boba Fett and turning him on.
Hey,
Yep.
Yeah.
do you have a problem with that? There is nothing wrong with that.
There, we talked about doing Boba Fett.
I tried to turn him on too. He's there behind Jordan, but
he's dead.
Didn't work.
Yeah,
He's dead. His
dead.
batteries are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's actually dead because he fell in the Sarlacc pit.
Totally
Spoilers.
true.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
Gosh.
From
If you haven't
30
seen the original Star Wars
Return
trilogy,
of the Jedi, then yeah, sorry, spoilers.
yeah. All right, well, let's move on. Descending like lightning from Mount Olympus, this is Controllers and Keyboards. I'm your host, Kratos. No, that's not the intro he did. But he did say Aphrodite ain't got nothing on her because she is Danny, the lazy turtle.
So sweet.
There she is right there. See? I can switch.
Jordan, change things.
Next up, he's the Hermes of the group, delivering messages slowly. He is Greg the Storyteller.
I don't know how I feel about that,
Yes.
Jeff. Don't
Yes.
know how I feel about that.
Oh, I can't wait for mine.
Oh. Next up, if we don't compare him to Ares, it'll just piss him off. It's Charlie the Goat Johnson.
It's totally true. My hair is on fire and everything. I am awesome.
This is a video podcast. Now they know that your hair's not on fire. They see it.
Can't see me. And last but not least, I'm your humble host, and since I climb towers, I reside above and I survey all. Who else can I be but Zeus? I am Jordan, the King
I'm
Clown.
a little upset about
He-
that.
yeah.
I'm a little upset about that. Zeus can never keep it in his pants.
Yeah, dude. He be fucking everybody.
Most Greek stories went, Zeus, don't fuck that. And he goes, I'm going to fuck it.
Zeus
That's-
would totally fuck Boba Fett. Just saying.
I'm just saying,
Totally
Greg,
happen.
or not Greg, Jeff has picked the right character for me.
Here we go. People's Goat Divorce Court Edition.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Aphrodite and Zeus.
Hey,
that was one I did
you know-
there you go.
Zeus don't care because while other people take no for an answer, it may be a doorknob, but at least he's getting some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
You know, it's not rape if it's inanimate. Just
It's
saying.
just weird.
Dude.
For the first video
Oh my God.
podcast, that's
This
what
is-
you say.
This is the greatest show ever.
That's what you
I'm
say.
so excited.
We're giving this shit away for
This
free.
is the greatest show ever. Okay.
Oh, but I do have a confession to make. I don't climb towers anymore.
Nope. Quit his
As
job.
of this recording,
He's
which is
jobless.
Saturday and tomorrow, I am jobless for the first
He's a-
time since I was
he
14
is
years
fat
old.
desk jockey now, except not fat,
Yeah, just the desk jockey.
but he will get fat again. I'm going to put lard in all of his food from now on. Just sprinkle lard on everything.
You ever notice the fact that I've never eaten anything you've given to me?
Yeah, well, one of these days I'm going to get you.
Well, let's get this show on the road here. And first up, we have some free to play with the GOAT. What was free to play this week?
I'm so happy about the free to play game this week.
I'm kind of sad.
Because I get to shit all over it. I played Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery, and there's no mystery here. This game is a giant piece of shit.
Yep.
It sucks. It is terrible. It
makes me sad.
It's not good at all. It's an energy based game, so your energy recharges over time, which already I hate.
Yeah.
You're dead to me if you have that in your free to play game. Sorry, you're just dead. You can literally, once you get past like the first little intro level, maybe complete a quarter of a quest, and then your energy has to recharge.
Yep.
And then you go again, and your energy has to recharge.
Yeah.
It takes around 5 hours to make any sort of progress in the game. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. There's no voice acting, which is abysmal. I mean, come on. I thought that there were reports about this where there's going to be voice actors and there's going to be all this stuff. I have seen no voice acting other than like Link noises.
There was one time with Professor McGonagall. I think she had a short little line. I heard it.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
The story seems lame as hell. It's just all around garbage. Do not play this game. Do not give them your money. Do not buy microtransactions, which you can buy cosmetic stuff for your wizard, which is stupid.
Stop hitting the table, yo.
I'm pissed.
You're making my camera go all over the place.
I'm pissed.
I look like I'm in an earthquake.
I'm pissed. This game pissed me off.
I don't blame
Tourette's over here.
I wanted it to be good. This game pisses me off.
No, I fully agree with you on that. That both me and Turtle were really excited for this because I remember when it first came out. I remember it being talked about. It's getting made by Niantic, and I heard that it was going to be like Pokemon Go, but for Harry Potter is what we were hearing.
I didn't play it.
The Harry Potter junkies.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No,
I give it a 1 out of 10. It's garbage. Don't play it.
I mean, the Harry Potter junkie got like 3 minutes in and quit.
I played more than that.
Does it have hope at redemption?
No.
I like how it looks.
I don't think so.
I like how it looks.
It looks like the boring mobile Sims game.
No, I mean like graphically.
Yeah,
I will say,
it looks
I'm not
good.
a fan of the graphics either. I
Really?
mean, it's not. They're
thought it
not
looked fine.
anything to write home about.
No, I mean it's
I would say the only hope of redemption that this thing has is if you took out the energy and just allowed you to progress through the game, but still kept the microtransactions in there for cosmetic items, then maybe the story would be able to flow a little bit better.
Okay, so
but
here's
you
what
have
you need to do.
you have constant interruptions of you're out of energy, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So sad. It's
Here's
just
what you
stupid.
need to do.
And the spell casting is retarded. You just draw on the screen. It's so stupid and just dumb.
Yeah.
Can I finish?
No.
You want to play a good Harry Potter game, get yourself a Game Boy Advance and play Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone on Game Boy Advance. Best Harry Potter game ever. It was like JRPG style.
Huh.
It was
I played that one.
freaking
I did play that
fantastic.
game actually,
It was good.
and I agree.
I played
It was awesome.
I played the PS1 version. I really enjoyed it. Not a great game, but it was fun.
Man, it was just a bunch of freaking like quick time events.
You got to throw newspapers at Malfoy though.
Yeah.
That
No,
was nice.
I'm telling you, the Game Boy Advance game, it was actually really good. It was
nice.
a well done Harry Potter game.
Nice.
The game is set before, like, it's after
yeah.
Voldemort's fall, but it's before Harry gets to Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I wish that Voldemort had killed everyone instead of this game happening because
That's
it's
actually
terrible.
it's kind of in that plot line, that right area. So
Yeah, it's garbage.
All right. Well, let's get to something that's hopefully not garbage.
Didn't.
Miss Turtle, give us the news.
News. So first up, Wolfenstein 2 is coming to the Nintendo Switch
Yes.
on June 29th.
Time out.
Yes.
what are you talking about?
Charlie, give me your best facial reaction.
There we go.
I'm so excited. I get to kill Nazis.
That's all you get.
I get to kill Nazis on the Switch. I'm so very excited.
Yeah,
I will totally be picking this up again because, as I said when we reviewed Wolfenstein 2, it was fucking amazing, and I loved every second of it, and I will absolutely buy it on Switch so that I can take it with me and kill Nazis on the go.
See, but the Switch has been getting so many like ports. I guess like it had LA Noire, it's got Skyrim now, it's
Yeah.
not getting Wolfenstein 2. I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for one of these big games to come to it like directly instead of just Hey,
Well, I mean, these are all older
Well,
famous
they will.
games. They
This-
will.
I'm thinking
This is
that,
them saying, "Hey, we
can.
respect the Switch as a platform
Yeah.
now."
Yeah.
And it's coming.
It's coming.
Okay.
It
It's
will.
coming.
Alright.
God of War on Switch. I'm calling it right now. God of War 2 on Switch.
What'd
Oh,
you
God of
say?
War 2. Okay. Oh, well.
you say?
The next one. The
They
next
said
one.
the next
What'd
God
you
of
hear?
War.
Oh, it's coming. I guarantee you. It's coming.
I don't know.
All right, next news story.
We'll see.
Next
We'll
news.
see.
Epic moves ahead with its lawsuit against a 14-year-old
Dude,
Fortnite cheater.
Why?
Dude, I'm so on board with this. I am
Why?
so on
Because
board with this.
banning wasn't enough, so they're suing, and it just happened this kid was 14 and they're not
Hey.
letting it go.
Wow.
All I gotta say is, from the ages of 13 to 22, all children should be locked up because they're considered what's called a motorcycle. Teenagers are a disease that are ridding my video games
I
with
don't know.
negativity.
This
Lock
one-
them up and sue their asses.
So I'm actually not. I don't know. I'm conflicted on this because it's the absolute right of Epic Games to sue this
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
It's their absolute right.
What kills me though is it's actually the mom that's like fighting against it. Like she's like up in arms.
Well, I
like,
mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't want my kid to get
Get
sued
sued
I don't
either.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kicking
But
his ass.
I mean, I'm just saying, don't cheat. Don't
Well,
cheat,
this-
bro.
this
So
just-
so what did he do?
I couldn't find specifically what he did other than modding the game. It seems.
That just
Okay, well that's you can't do that.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
don't
do
know, I
that.
don't know
Do
in
it-
what ways he did it.
like
though.
I get like we said, they have every right to go after whoever cheated on their game, but at the same time, it's like, is this really worth it? Like,
I don't think so.
No.
I think this is
It's-
beneath them, and
Yeah.
honestly, I think it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah,
it
but-
doesn't piss me
Get
off
'em.
because I'm a troll and I don't
I
care.
say sue them all.
I
but-
mean,
lock them away.
I don't know how much they can really expect to get from a 14-year-old, but
Right.
Well, he's not going to pay. His parents are going to have to
pay
pay,
for it. Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
But here's my thing: it's a free-to-play game,
Yeah.
and he's getting sued over it. That just, I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm
That's
very.
part of the mom's argument was that they have to prove profit loss in order to sue him, and since it's a free to play game, how are they going to prove that?
I'm very conflicted on this whole deal. Part of me is like, yeah, get this kid, and part of me is like, man, what are you doing? Like, really, this
Leave it alone.
is beneath you.
All
Yeah.
of me is like, let's hit up the next news story.
Xbox Live and Discord announced platform uniting partnership.
Yes.
And all that it seems like you can really do is when you're in Discord, you can see that your friends that are playing on Xbox, you can see that they're online and what they're playing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Can you talk to them?
You can
Not
spy on
as
your
far as
friends.
I can tell.
Well,
Everything
then
that I
what's
was
the
reading-
point?
Yeah, it's,
Why?
You
That's
can
kinda-
spy on your Xbox friends.
What is the point of this?
I-
I don't understand what
to
the point is.
unite the PC and Xbox.
I guess if you
gamers.
could talk
Yeah.
to them, okay. But it's like, oh look, Jimmy's playing on Xbox, I'm playing on PC. Oh well. Jimmy,
At least we can both be on Discord together.
I see you, Jimmy, but this is a platform devised to communicate auditorially. But I cannot do that, so
or visually
instead
via text.
I will text you.
Here's
on my
here's
phone.
how you solve this.
There may be more later. I
Your
don't know.
buddy's
Yeah.
on PC, you're on PS4, and Greg's on Xbox.
Yep.
So what you do is you join our Discord chat,
There you go.
and you put it on your phone, and everybody wins.
This is
Works
true.
out.
We do have Discord.
Go to our website and get a link.
This is true. www.controllerskeyboards.com.
Very nice.
Coming soon to Pantego, Texas.
No.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I
Yes,
am.
it
I
is.
am totally rocking my
July.
new Maine Brewing shirt
In
though.
July.
Yeah, there
Totally.
You go. Very nice.
All right, next news story.
5 years later, Grand Theft Auto 5 gets a new version on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's
Because
like an $85 special edition.
They don't have enough money.
So this one, if I'm not mistaken, is mostly focused about GTA Online
It is.
content.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that
It
correct?
Yes, it is. It's $85, and you get $1 million in game properties, vehicles, weapons, and businesses.
Damn.
This game is just ungodly
awesome.
succell.
Yeah.
It is
I don't.
ridiculous.
I don't think they've done
I
any.
just.
Didn't we have?
How can we make any more money on this? Let's release it
Again.
Again.
Didn't we just report that this game has now made more money than
Than
any
anything.
other media in history?
Yeah.
Yep.
Film, game, whatever.
They-
Any form of media or entertainment, GTA 5 has snuffed
This is
them all.
This is what happened. Is they saw that news story and they went,
More
Fuck
money.
that. We're topping
More
it.
money. More
We're
money.
gonna beat ourselves.
Double those damn numbers.
Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump
We
them
got
up.
numbers up. Numbers up.
Oh god, the cracks. The cracks.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't all need to quote the same movie.
No.
all
No,
at
we
once.
don't.
Can we all agree that that movie was awful?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, it was
Absolutely.
softcore porn with a bunch of drugs.
Right.
Yeah. Basically.
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
pretty
Next news
awful.
story.
Next.
Yay.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider's first trailer was revealed.
Yes.
Looks pretty good.
It's
so
gonna be
excited.
awesome.
I love the Tomb Raider games.
They're so good.
I need to put both of those. I keep trying to play the first one, and I
you need
don't.
to.
Why?
I need to.
I always get sidetracked.
Dude,
You
it's
could
amazing.
Stream it.
I know.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is amazing.
It is.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to be
Well, that's
amazing.
One thing
Yeah,
I
I
loved,
agree.
one thing I love they did with Rise is they did change things, but it felt more like they built off the successful things from the first one and just made them better.
Yes.
like just built off of them, and that just it's the same fun gameplay but bigger, and I loved it.
the best. I love those games so much. They are so good.
Yep.
If you have not played them, go play them.
And the bow
Agreed.
is satisfying.
Next.
Always use the
Anyway,
bow.
That's
Any
coming
game
out.
with a bow is.
That's coming out September 14th.
Hooray!
So we get it
September
soon.
14th. You know what we'll be doing?
Next.
We
Yeah.
have a busy end of the year. coming up.
Yeah.
So we talked about it previously, but the Fortnite meteor is finally hitting in Battle Royale, and it's just
no.
blowing shit up. That's
So the Morse
essentially it.
code was the Morse code
Correct.
theory was wrong. No, because they translated it to 4/18. So they didn't know if that meant April. They thought it meant April 18th,
Yeah,
but
right,
it
yeah.
could have potentially meant April of 2018 as well.
So, yeah, it was just
Okay,
April.
that
It was-
that would've been
yeah.
right.
It was right and wrong at the
same
same
time.
time.
Yep. I guess it hasn't. I don't know if it's permanently destroyed anything yet, but it is blowing up a bunch of stuff
Okay.
while you're playing.
Blow it
I
up.
wonder how much of
I don't
Tilted
play
Towers is
Fortnite,
going.
so there you go.
Blow it
I haven't
all
played in a
up.
while.
Yeah.
Next,
Final news story, because there wasn't a whole lot this week. Nintendo will focus on Super Smash Brothers at E3 2018.
please and thank you.
It's going to be playable at E3.
Yes.
So I
what-
have me and Turtle have devised a plan.
Oh, what's that?
What is
Okay,
it?
here's the plan.
Yep.
Obviously, we know the goat loves Super Smash Brothers.
Yep.
Right.
It's the best.
We obviously know that the goat hates the ice climbers.
I do hate the ice
Ooh.
climbers.
So I need
They're the
Nintendo to
worst.
put the ice climbers in this game.
Yes.
Well, of course they'll be in it. They've been
Okay.
in every single
I
one of them
understand that. I'm just
after
making sure.
they were in Melee, and then they've been
Yeah.
in all of them since
Yeah,
then.
I need them to be in here.
Of course they will.
My
And
8-year-old
then-
daughter, at which point I'm going to send her to boot camp. She's not going to school. She's not going to anything. All she's going to do is play the ice climbers until she masters it. And then I'm going to record the goat getting his ass whooped to an 8-year-old girl playing the ice climbers.
That will never happen. I will
might
crush
happen.
your child's spirit and soul,
gonna happen.
and she will go to her room a failure.
She's a ginger. She has no soul.
There you
This
go.
is true.
She will have your soul, and then she'll beat you.
No.
It would be pretty awesome if we did some kind of tournament when that came out. We all play against each other or fans.
Well, you have
We're
to get a
gonna be
Switch first.
kicking
That's
some
true.
ass. Yeah,
I
you,
would.
you should do that.
That won't happen.
All right, so that is the end of news.
Does that mean?
And I'm going to shut up for about half an hour now.
If not longer.
I'm not.
Me.
So this
is the
week,
Jordan
if
show.
you had not figured it out, we are going to talk about the recently released
Amazing.
God of War. I did not play God of War 2 when it came out initially. I played it later. I did not play God of War 3 on release. I played it later. I played God of War 1 when it first came out because it looked awesome. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed God of War 2 and God of War 3 quite a bit. Not my
Wasn't your
my
thing.
franchise, right, though. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah.
But this goddamn game. All right. Are you sitting down?
We're all
Look,
sitting.
I'm going to
Yep.
show everybody. They're all sitting down.
Four of us are sitting.
Does anybody not know what my favorite game of all time is?
It's probably a Harvest Moon.
Solitaire.
Game. Solitaire, yes.
Goat.
Minesweeper.
Slap them. I do like Minesweeper.
I'm going to go ahead and take a stab here and say God of War PS4.
No. It's still Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, okay.
But this new God of War comes very freaking close to toppling that thing, man. This, from art style, music, graphics, story, story deliverance, character, 10 out of 10. I'm scoring it now.
Wow.
This was better than Breath of the Wild.
Whoa.
Here's the big difference between this game for me, and then we'll kind of get into some more details and stuff. Breath of the Wild, we gave it a 10 out of 10 last year. I would agree that Horizon Zero Dawn got a 10 out of a 10 last year. This game is better than both of those because Breath of the Wild, every aspect about it was great except for story delivery.
Okay.
Story was great, but the delivery of the story was kind of scattered and few and far between. Zero Dawn improved upon that a lot more. It had a couple other issues and stuff with some bugs and glitches and stuff that I noticed. I'm sure they're fixed now.
They're probably fixed now, yeah.
And it was a new franchise, so you didn't have a whole lot of feels.
Yeah.
This game had feels. It also, every aspect of this game was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The way they delivered the story was perfect. You did not play a second of this game where you were not being more and more immersed into what was happening in the story. Yeah. And I credit a lot of that to the fact that now you have Kratos and his son Atreus.
Yeah.
Having that dual character dynamic where they can sit there and talk, plus you can see their relationship and stuff. I have never seen it executed better than they did with God of War.
Yeah, fully agree to that.
This game, every aspect of it was amazing. I can keep going on, but
He could, literally.
Turtle, this was really your first dive into the franchise.
Yeah.
So let's kind of hear. I beat the game. You got a pretty good ways in.
I'm about 30% through. Since this is so story driven, I don't feel like I'm far enough into it to faithfully score it, but it will be high when I get to that point for sure. This being my first foray into the God of War franchise, I feel like I'm missing a little bit of the backstory, which obviously there's 3 games worth of story that I'm missing out on. But this story's still standing on its own very well.
Very well.
I know it's just a story of a father and his son ultimately.
Yeah.
So a little bit of Kratos' backstory I'm missing, but it was a couple of questions I asked you, and then I felt like I knew enough to understand everything that was going on.
I will say I don't know that you're missing that much story from the first 3 games.
That's the way
it's mostly get powerful, get better weapons, kill
Kill
dogs,
everything.
rinse, repeat. For 1, 2,
kill
and 3.
things in very bloody ways.
So things that I'm appreciating are, like Jordan said, you're always getting story. I like how seamless the gameplay moves into the cinematics, like when you're going into what's the word I'm looking for? Cutscenes. Yeah, I mean it's very smooth. It doesn't like switch perspectives or anything. Like the whole camera moves into a cutscene.
Also not
and back
overly
into
long or anything
They're
like
not,
that.
and they don't have to be because you are getting that little bit of banter, the little bit of conversation in between those cutscenes as you're running around.
Yeah.
The fight game mechanics. I can't word today apparently. I also like how you can use 2 characters, and it's very seamless. It's not difficult to use both characters at all. Yeah,
integrating Atreus into your battle mechanics is so seamless. You don't have to like switch to him and then do this and do that. It's as simple as aiming and shooting. Plus, he has automatic stuff that buffs up your normal combat. To me, I've heard a couple people say they felt he was kind of annoying or got in the way. I did not get that at all.
Yeah.
He didn't bother me at all.
I had moments.
Honestly, I did not use him as much as I probably should have. And it's just because I like beating the shit out of things with big weapons.
It was every now and then, oh, hey, I have some arrows that I can use to hit things as well.
Yeah. Right. No, he definitely annoyed me at times. I had times where he annoyed me.
Like in the gameplay or
go explain.
His character?
His character was fine. There was one fight early on, I remember, where I was fighting a bunch of these bigger Draugr guys, And there was just a bunch of them, and I was trying to figure out the game mechanics, and he would help for a second, and then he'd be like, help me. God damn, I'm on the other side of the map, there's 5 all right, I had to run over there and save him. And mostly the scene just got annoying because I kept getting the first cutscene over and over again, and he repeats the same line twice. Something's coming from the wall. Something's coming from the wall. He repeats it twice, and I died like 10 times in a row, so I kept hearing it. And then I was like, shut up, kid. Just shut up.
You should have said, shut up, boy.
Boy. Yeah,
you got to say boy.
Boy.
I've started calling my son boy every chance I get. I'm like, hey, boy, get in the car. Hey, boy, take out the trash.
But that was just that was really my own failing of sucking at fighting. But I eventually got used to it. I fully agree with what you were saying with... the combat is a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's exciting. I don't think there was a whole lot. You didn't have to play the other God of War games to get this one.
How far did you get into it? Would you say?
I think I got about the same distance as Danny, not much more. I had work and our mother doing garage sales that slowed me down this week. But I loved it. Like you were saying with how it looks, the seamlessness between transitioning from fighting to cutscenes is great. I loved all the different characters. I love that Kratos is getting old.
Yeah,
like that's he's definitely feeling the age, even though he's supposed to be this all powerful. He's a god, but he's feeling the age, and he's feeling because he's been around for a long ass time.
Right. No, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I know you both mentioned it, and I kind of touched on it. The combat system is great. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go into spoilers at all. This game's still way too new. And, I mean, if you're one of our listeners, this needs to be a game you pick up. Mm-hmm. This is a must-buy. It's worth every penny of the $60 right now. It'll be every penny of the $40, $30, whatever you buy it at. However many times you buy it, it will be worth it. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a PS4, this is a game worth getting a PS4 for so you can play.
There will be no PS4 emulator.
No. This is, if you've been on the fence about, should I buy a PS4? This is the reason you own a Sony PlayStation, is for exclusives, and this is one of the exclusives that is a must own.
Yep.
But back to the combat, it's great because without going into spoilers, we'll just start with your initial weapon set of the axe, right?
Right.
The axe is awesome. You have the Jedi skill to bring it right back to your hand and stuff. But that skill is more than just cool because you also have the ability to throw it and use it kind of like a tomahawk. And it is freaking awesome to walk through a bunch of small enemies and just chunk it. It hits them in the head, and you chunk it, or you pull it back, and it kills them, and then you just sit there chunking it one after another. And it's so satisfying to watch Kratos lift up that hand, and you hear it. And if you leave it in another room and you walk away for a while, you hear it thunking on shit, and it takes a little longer to get to you. The attention to detail and stuff like that was just amazing.
I loved because you could, if you hit enemies with it, they'd freeze.
Yeah.
If you hit small enough enemies, it would stick to them. It'd be in them, and then and they'd freeze. That was really cool.
Yeah,
I liked a lot of the puzzles too.
Yeah, smart puzzles.
Most of them honestly seem to be more centered around getting a good line of sight where you could see multiple things at once. Mm-hmm. So in that way, it was kind of repetitive, but it was just difficult enough that it didn't feel repetitive.
Mm-hmm. No, and one of the other things is, like you mentioned, they did not feel repetitive, even having played through the whole game. The other thing was they were simple. You're not sitting there bashing your head against a wall for a long period of time trying to figure out these puzzles, because in the history of these games, this is a very combat intense game. It's a lot of hack and slash, right? Mm. And they did a very good job at maintaining that. They added the puzzle aspect and stuff. And it was a great balance. They also, and this was another point I really wanted to talk about, is having played the others, I feel like this is the biggest dive for the franchise into the open world.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to the others. And they did a much better job at showing off open world than I've seen a game do in a long time. And the fact that as you play, the world gets bigger. Mm-hmm. they don't just say, "Oh, here you are. Here's a giant world.
Good luck."
Go have fun."
It's still a little linear.
Yeah, it's linear, but the girth of the linear aspect grows. You can start to explore more and more and more.
Yeah.
And then once you think it stops growing, as you develop more skills to do different puzzle types and stuff, it's now grown even more because, oh, hey, I can, Metroidvania style, go back to this area and do this. I didn't have this skill or ability or weapon or whatever it was before, and now I can get into that area or get that chest or whatever it is. They encourage you to explore, and other than just the finding of things, you are absolutely rewarded for that explanation too.
Yeah.
One of the greatest moments that I had in the game, non-spoiler, is you get to the top of this mountain, and it's like if you've ever watched the Mount Everest movie, Everest, you're just see snowy mountaintops forever. I had to call Turtle. I was like, dude, come here. Come here. And I'm not even playing on 4K. I was just playing on a monitor.
Yeah.
And we were both like, whoa, that is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 1080p, but to the max.
Yeah.
I don't know if this changed later on in the game, but at least where I'm at, you don't get a whole lot of money. Was it hack silver?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I get
start getting a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because, like, I find some, but I feel like I'm having to pick and choose what equipment upgrades I want to make because I'm not getting flooded with it by any means. And I don't pick up a whole bunch anytime I kill a bunch of enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like they did with the open world is the pacing for this game is very, very good. The way they pace you through the story, through the open world progression, through your gear progression, you can't just go out there and farm, get all the best stuff, and then rush your way through the story. Your gear progresses there. There are some gear sets and stuff that you can farm because they did add a very good RPG system to this as well. I kind of wanted to touch on with the skill tree, with the way you craft gear, you can upgrade gear and stuff like that, as well as upgrade the weapon sets and things like that. But again, you can't just, like a lot of open world games, all right, I'm going to go out here and farm. Now I'm going to get all the best. Now I'm just going to wipe through everything. That's not an option. You have to progress through everything. And I thought they did a good job with that.
One thing I thought was kind of different, and maybe I wasn't far enough. The game can still be brutal, and some of the kills can still be pretty cool, especially when you get them in their exhausted thing. Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Stun.
Stun. For the most part, from what I played, it's not as brutal as the original God of Wars were. Like, it's still got some cool kills, and slicing people to draw bits are cool. But the original 3 God of Wars has some pretty brutal and nasty kills, especially against bosses.
I think that from what I've seen on the game and what I've read on the game and interviews with the devs and everything, I think that was intentional because Kratos himself has become softer and much less brutal in his old age with his family.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got his son right there
So
too. So I mean, there's like a troll you fight at one point, and usually with that kind of cinematic kill, whenever you'd kill something big like that, it would be a whole ripping their head off and slicing them apart. And it's simply he gets up there and breaks their neck and they're done, which is still cool.
You have to
still
really
cool.
you have to really examine the character of Kratos though in God of War 1 through 3, and then examine the character of Kratos in God of War PS4 because it's a completely different character.
It is
in the first, second, third game. He was completely driven by vengeance
and psycho.
Well, see, and you don't even have to really. That's where this game stands so well. Is even if you don't know that Kratos, you get enough of learning about that Kratos because, without spoilers, it's brought up. They explain why this game is now in Norse mythos rather than the Greek mythos. Obviously Kratos has a past. They do talk about that, and he's got his current set, and they're going to talk about that. And they do such a good job at delivering that information, making sure the player understands those, so you can see the past Kratos, the current Kratos, and how the changes happened.
Yeah.
As well as one of the best parts of the story is, you're trying to figure out, okay, why is Kratos now in this Norse mythos? Who is this boy? Why? Okay, he has a son. Where did this son come from and stuff? So you learn all that, but watching the relationship between Kratos and the son grow the entirety of throughout the game and all the dips and dives it takes is, man, they did so good with it. Mm-hmm. It was extremely enjoyable. It wasn't just that, oh, this is my son, I need to protect him. Oh my God. You know, it was there was so much more to it. There was so much more depth. And because of having that dual dynamic too, even if you're in a boat just exploring, they're talking either about what they're trying to do, what's going on in the past. Kratos, obviously this being his son, he's trying to teach his son how to survive and stuff like that. So there's always a lesson he's trying to teach him. And some of those comes in stories as you're riding in the boat. And, you know, he'll tell you the story of the tortoise and the hare, but Kratos' version takes all of about 5 seconds to tell. And, you know, at one point in the game, the boy's like, hey, you actually told a good story that time. That was a good one. You're getting much better at this. There's great humor.
Good character progression.
The characters are fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a couple of dwarves in there that you meet that are hilarious. There's another character that ends up being with you most of the time later on that he's my freaking hero. And if you've played the game, shut up, head. That's all I'm going to say.
There you go, yeah.
So, Charlie, you obviously PC only, and I know you've seen the memes that Sony and them were putting out of
epic troll.
Let's compare the PS4 graphics to that of Xbox. It's just blank.
Epic troll. And you know what the saddest thing about that is I saw that and I laughed hysterically. I'm pretty sure I shared it to our Facebook group as well, which you can join at www.facebook.com/CNKcrew and then just click on the group link
right now if you're watching.
So definitely check out our Facebook group. But that being said, I shared that to the group and everybody thought it was funny, but IGN actually had to come out and issue an apology.
Ryan McCaffrey did. He caught so much hell for that.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God.
They had to come out and issue an apology about that. And I just wanted to say to you butthurt little babies out there that got butthurt by that, you suck, go die.
Yeah, get over yourself.
It's ridiculous.
But anyways,
that being said,
not got to play this game.
That being said, for the first time in a long time, I am disappointed that I don't own a PlayStation 4 so that I cannot play this game. This is, from everything that I've seen and everything that I've read, I would love this game, and I am disappointed that I don't have the means to actually experience it for the first time forever. Horizon Zero Dawn, nah, it was probably pretty good, but I think the main thing for me is there are games that are similar to Horizon Zero Dawn. There are games that are similar to a lot of PS4 exclusives that I can play on PC. They're not the same game with the same characters, but there's a similar experience. Okay, right. So with this, I don't think there's a similar experience out there to this game, to this level right now.
No, for sure.
Or has there ever been? And at least from what I've read and what I've seen about the game. So, like I said, for the first time, I am absolutely disappointed that I do not own a PlayStation and I cannot play this game because I want to play this game.
Now?
Probably not, but that's okay.
Are you about to be living in my house for a week so
you
can play it?
I am in fact disappointed though. So
sad goat.
All right, Turtle. Any final thoughts for God of War?
I think I've mentioned everything that I was thinking while playing. Like I said, I don't want to score it just yet because I want to get through more of the game and more of the story, but I so far have no doubt that it will be a high score.
I haven't even played it, and I'm willing to give it a 10.
That's the only score worthy.
I mean,
the scale's a 20 of 20, and
I've read the story. I've seen enough to grasp the gameplay of it, and I can just from watching the media, I'm like, yeah, I have to play this game. I've got to come up with some way to play this game.
Yep.
Greg, final thoughts.
Definitely a fun, fantastic story, and that's what I always look for in my games. But no, overall, I definitely think this is a 10. I can definitely see it deserving a 10. I can see why. I loved watching the video of the. I don't know if it was the game director or just one of the devs.
It was the director of the game.
Of him.
He was crying.
He was crying with all the positive reviews. I think it fully deserves it.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on the show. We're trying to reach out to you.
Yeah.
We did. We are trying.
But yeah, no, it fully deserves 10 out of 10. I love it. The combat, seeing this new side of Kratos. I love that they did that. I think it still would have been an awesome game having Kratos going bloodthirsty crazy, but kudos to changing it and making honestly a beloved character, an iconic character in PlayStation, changing him. Because he's different. He's different than he used to be, but he's still that badass Kratos. I definitely recommend a 10. I'd say 10.
Yeah, no, absolutely a 10 for me. Like I said, this is my game of the year. I don't even Red Dead Redemption, I don't think tops this game.
We shall see.
Far Cry 5, great game, does not beat this game.
No.
I can say I like this more than I liked Far Cry.
Yeah, I don't think this gets beaten this year as far as game of the year.
It will take quite a bit.
Still early on, we'll see.
But this is a must-buy if you're a PS4 owner. If you're on the fence about buying a PS4, this is a game to throw in that arsenal as soon as you buy it. Horizon Zero Dawn's in there. This one's in there. There's a couple others.
Yeah, some great games.
If you're a Darksiders fan, this is a game for you. If you've never played a God of War, this has a very Darksiders feel to it, with the puzzle system, the combat system.
Yep.
Way more pretty. I think the story's better.
I agree.
And better delivered. I love Darksiders. Don't get me wrong, it's a great story, but
I'm not friends with you guys anymore.
This is the better game. It's the superior game. Now, maybe Darksiders 3 comes out and blows it out of the water. We'll see.
Yeah.
If it ever comes out.
If it ever comes out.
Never gonna happen.
With that, I think Darksiders will always have a nostalgia feel for me, just because it's probably my favorite game.
Right.
But I can definitely see where God of War shines in certain places. I'll give it that.
All places. This game was fantastic.
It was.
If you're listening to this right now, as soon as we're done, go play it. Go to
immediately.
9:30. You have 24 minutes. Get to GameStop. Buy the game.
Go. Well, if they're on the the West Coast, they got plenty of time.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go.
That's true. Sure. You have no excuse.
Yeah.
All right. Let us move on. That was God of War. Now let's talk about the Facebook questions. All right, let's see here. First up, Sergeant Slaughter. He hasn't wrote in a while.
Well,
he's making up for it with 4,000.
We also posted the questions late.
Anyways, Sarge, I hope you're doing good. Have you guys seen Infinity War yet? Did you like it, Greg?
Yes, I think I'm the only one that's actually seen it, and I loved it.
I haven't seen it. Read the spoilers though. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to watch it.
It's pretty great.
I don't care.
I do want to see it. The spoilers a spoiler I've seen makes me not too happy, but I'm withholding judgment obviously until I see the movie.
No, you're fully judging. I feel it.
I am a little, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold it back.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, you know what?
All right. Favorite X-Men character? I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
Oh damn! I was gonna say that.
Yep.
I don't care about X-Men, so Deadpool or Spider-Man.
This is a tough one.
Depending on who Charlie
this is
picks.
legitimately tough.
Not an X-Men fan.
Cyclops
Pikachu.
is garbage.
Yeah, agreed.
Pikachu. I'm not. I've never been a big Wolverine guy. I got to go with Gambit.
Gambit. Okay.
He's pretty cool.
I just think I think everyone would say Wolverine, so I really like Nightcrawler. I've always been a Nightcrawler fan.
Nightcrawler's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like to mark with mouth.
Yeah,
all right.
good stuff.
Next up, favorite game for handheld console that's not Pokemon.
Damn it.
I'm with you, storyteller, but that's too obvious.
It is.
That's a really tough one. I'm gonna kind of cop out a little bit, and I'm gonna go with Bravely Second that I recently played for the 3DS. That was a fantastic JRPG that had a lot of really good elements. I enjoyed the shit out of that game. Probably not actually my favorite handheld. I love like the Golden Suns on Game Boy Advance. There's been a bunch of really good handhelds, but that's the most recent one I've played that I spent a lot of time in and enjoyed a lot. So I'm gonna go with that for now.
Okay.
What's yours?
I think I have kind of come to the realization that for me, handheld gaming is something much more casual. So the RPGs don't really do well for me on handheld. So I'm going to go with the most casual game that I play, and that's Harvest Moon. Because I can play it while I watch TV or something and feel like I'm gaming while actually watching TV.
All right. Go.
Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery.
So the
Good
whole
option.
free-to-play segment was a lie.
No.
No.
That's a tough one. I would have to say probably Link's Awakening.
That's a good one.
See, man,
That is a fucked up story.
It is.
Yep.
It's weird.
Ooh, it's a mind fuck.
I don't
It
think
is.
I've ever played a better handheld than Link's Awakening. A Link Between Worlds came pretty close, but Link's Awakening
That was a very well done Zelda. Other than Breath of the Wild, that was
Between Worlds
one of
was
my
good.
favorite ones.
Yeah, running through them because I mostly play Pokemon or Zelda games on handheld. It's usually what I'm playing. But there was a Phoenix Wright game I was playing a while back that I thoroughly enjoyed. Phoenix Wright is a lot of fun. It's like a murder mystery detective game. You play, I think it's you're the defendant always. You're always trying to defend the person who's wrongly accused. And so you got to investigate and find out, find clues and prove it in court. And I don't know, it's a fun game. It's a lot of fun.
I'm reading a book right now where they made a reference to that game.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's where you'll hear the objection and stuff like that. That's
that
from
was
Phoenix
used
Wright.
in the book.
Yeah.
Go ahead and plug it. Get it over with, Turtle.
What?
Oh, because of the book
You're
reading?
uncompromising.
There's a book.
Quote uncompromising, yes. Jordan or King Klong is currently reading the Manser trilogy by Ferret Steinmetz.
I was talking about your podcast, Johnny.
And
Yeah.
well, I'm
She's
going to
into
say that because that's an amazing
It
series.
is.
So,
It's pretty good.
actually, probably in June, we're going to be reviewing at least the first book in that series.
Yeah.
On
And
our
I'm gonna
book
be on the show.
podcast.
Oh, God.
That's Book Geeks Uncompromised. So
Yeah.
it
They're
makes a
uncompromising.
ton of video game references.
Yeah.
That's like all that series is one video game reference after another.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's really good.
pretty awesome. All right, let's continue on. Thank you, Sergeant Slaughter, for writing in those questions. Next up, Jeff.
Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Never heard of him.
What's your favorite gaming food? Now, that used to be really tough because when I was fat, there was so many. But now, I like some pistachios.
Potassium.
Flaxseed.
No, almonds are also very good. Any kind of fruit is good, and
health
then
food.
Yeah.
that's
Anything
what I
you
eat
snack
now.
on, yeah.
But hot tea, whether it be green tea or some
Charlie.
kind of black tea or something. Dude,
So
I
glad we
love
have
tea.
video. I'm so glad we have video podcast.
Different kind of herbal teas and stuff. Those are a must for me now. Used to
So-
pizza, Oreos, any
Yeah.
kind of candy, just double fisted. It was bad.
Oh, God.
You know what?
Whoever is doing the YouTube video, please catch a clip of Jordan doing that and gif it. Gif it like crazy.
It's pronounced Jif fuckwad.
Anyway.
Oh, wow.
We're not.
Whoa.
Don't
That be a
don't
meme?
don't
Whoa.
even
That'd be a meme. It's
don't
very-
don't even start with that GIF shit.
I mean,
Oh, now I'm permanently calling it GIF.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it GIF
I'm
peanut
going-
butter?
I'm gonna murder you. I'm gonna murder you. I don't know. What about a giraffe?
Yeah, a giraffe.
English is so hard.
All right.
All right.
What's your favorite gaming food, big boy?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
I started looking around. I was like,
What you
I'm
looking?
the guy.
What the fuck you looking at me for?
I'm the fat guy. I'm always eating pizza or something. It's usually
so
pizza.
not used to me being the being the fat guy.
No, yeah. I'm like I said, I'm usually chowing on some pizza like usual.
At my house, and me and Turtle have to smell
Exactly.
it. We haven't eaten pizza in a year. And we're like,
They were both
get
like
some of that pizza,
they
man.
were they were both like
Get
eat.
some of that.
Yeah, Greg, eat that faster.
it makes
Greg,
me sad.
we were playing. I think it was Kingdom Hearts, but yeah.
Yeah.
Goat.
All I need is a bag of great value barbecue chips, party size, and a 24 pack of Dr. Pepper,
Yeah.
and I am good.
There you
No
go.
bean dip.
Forever.
I really thought Fritos jalapeno bean dip would be
Okay,
on your list.
dude, you have to dip the bean dip, and you gotta take away from the game. No, chips, one hand, Dr. Pepper, other one, good, sold,
So
done.
what hands
That's all
are
you need.
on the controller?
You switch. You use them interchangeably. You
So
switch.
you're
I'm
okay with the grease
demonstrating
on the keyboard.
on video. I don't give a shit
wipe it
about that.
off.
You know that.
That's true. Turtle.
So everything King Kong said is like the reality for me, but the honest to God right answer for this question is pizza.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Smarties.
And
that woman
Smarties.
could put away some
dude, I can put away
Smarties.
some Smarties. It's kind of embarrassing.
She's just over at her desk just snorting.
I think
Smarties.
she's just trying to make up for marrying a dum-dum. Oh! See what I did there? Candy joke. Puns. Favorite studio? I'm going id and Bethesda.
I don't have one, so all of
Nintendo.
Rocksteady
EA.
and Gearbox.
Oh, no.
Oh, gross. Rocksteady and Gearbox.
There you go.
Good choices.
I've always been a big fan. I think Naughty Dog and wow, I feel horrible. I can't remember the other one. No, Sucker Punch. Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch have been my two
Blizzard
favorites.
also.
Yeah,
Blizzard's up
Blizzard.
there.
Well,
Blizzard.
that's like, you know.
That's
It's like the,
understood.
it's like the Holy Grail, man.
Yeah.
They're listening.
Rocket.
They're listening. Just remember they're listening. Okay, favorite character.
I guess we're gonna go video game character.
What? I don't even know.
That's gonna be tough for me right now.
It's Batman. Duh.
That's a good one.
We
Are
don't
we
have
talking
to.
just video game character?
It doesn't-
Like, I guess so.
Batman's in video games. It's
I
Batman.
don't-
It's Batman.
We'll give him Batman.
I don't.
So usually my answer here is Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Right now it's Kratos.
Right.
I'm
That's
going
Kratos.
Kratos right now, man.
Oh.
I've got more Kratos story and
But-
development than I ever have with Sephiroth. So
But
I'm going
Kratos doesn't have a sword that's 5 times as tall as he is.
He probably
He
could
doesn't
make one.
need it. He has Chaos Blades.
No, he doesn't.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Next question.
No, for me, I think it was. I think one of my favorites, besides obvious like Link, I'd have to say Death from Darksiders 2. I love Death's character.
good.
I love his story and why he's doing what he's doing and why he does it. What he does. I like Death.
He was good. Game setting you would like to find yourself in Skyrim.
Not Darksiders.
I would love to be in Skyrim. I want
Pretty cool.
to kill dragons. I want to go hunting and wear armor, and I want to punch a Daedra in the face and rip out his heart so I can make armor. Skyrim. Goat.
Batman.
Every answer is Batman.
Batman.
He does like Batman.
Duh.
Turtle.
Stardew Valley.
There you go.
You know, you have a yard. I don't see a garden
It's not
out
the
there.
same.
Yes, you do. It's in the front yard.
look
Those
at our front
flowers.
yard.
I've been growing those.
No.
They're weeds.
They're not leaves. They just haven't bloomed yet. Fuck you.
I'm getting ready to smoke them.
No.
The
I'm
butt
without a job.
the
There you
butt
go.
hurt is strong.
That's what you
over
do,
on
right?
this
When-
side of the
No.
table.
I have been working hard with those flowers, okay?
That's what you
Okay.
do when you're
Wow.
jobless, right? You just wake up, smoke some weed, go to sleep, smoke some more weed.
Yeah, but I think like smoking weed requires a specific type of plant, not just weeds.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
Um,
we don't know.
I've got to
Talking
brush up on
shit
my
about my
pothead.
sunflowers. I'm so pissed. Talking shit about my sunflowers.
Just because we've been playing it recently, it's been a lot of fun. I'd like to be in Sea of Thieves. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That's a good
That
answer.
It
would
does
be a
kind of
pirate.
have me. It
Be
does
a-
kind of have me wanting to go sailing.
Yeah.
and I've never wanted that before in my
I
life.
know, yeah.
So, I mean, talking to our resident pirates, how is plundering the seas going for
Amazing.
you?
It is still a lot of fun.
Any good updates?
Not as of yet.
Mostly
They've
bug fixes.
fixes. They've showed new content that should be coming. I'm hoping within the next week or so they should announce the
Say
next
me-
big update.
Me and Storyteller are a great
Yeah,
team. Because
we did
we
awesome.
two-man a sloop all the time, and we
We
like,
so
we
far,
pwned some
I think in the
galleons.
past week, we've taken down 3 galleons on our own
At
without losing our own ship.
How about we do our very first ever community play?
Oh,
And so next Thursday night, we're going to put the details into the group, but let's see if the community wants to play Sea of Thieves with y'all.
Dude,
pretty
I'd love
cool.
it.
I'd be
Of
down
course,
for
See
it.
if they want to plunder.
Yeah,
Most you can do is 4 people, but
yeah.
That's all right. If we have to, if we get enough deal, I'll run a crew. You can run a crew.
There we
Storyteller run a crew, and
I
Charlie
like it.
can run a crew.
all right.
We will stream it,
We'll all
and
be
we will have
captains.
fun.
Yes.
That's right.
I don't know that y'all want to play Sea of Thieves with me.
Oh, trust
Well,
me,
we
you don't wanna
won't.
play
We won't
with
be in
me
the same
either.
area. We won't be in the same server.
No.
Oh, if we are, y'all
Oh, my
motherfuckers are all
gosh.
going down.
Dude, I had a great time.
I'm gonna have Sergeant Slaughter with me, and we're gonna slaughter you bitches.
I was playing with Greg last night, and
Yeah.
we had a galleon come attack us. And we got up to an outpost to turn in our stuff, and I forget what they were doing, but I like snuck onto their ship and started
Yeah.
taking their stuff and turning.
Oh yeah,
it in.
you turned in one of their stuff. Yeah, I
and
remember that.
the guy came because there's proximity chat. The guy came and was like, "Hey, that's not very nice." I was like, pirate."
We had one part 2 where another galleon came at us, and we both took black powder barrels. And in this game, if you get below a boat and you let a black powder barrel hit the bottom of it, it'll explode. And that does like 4 holes for each barrel, which is huge.
Fantastic.
And we sunk a galleon that way. We heard you guys go, "Oh shit, we're sinking! Oh, we lost the boat."
Anyways, pay attention. We're gonna post up a vote on the group. And we will vote if you want to play Sea of Thieves. Maybe you want to play something else. We're going to start some community plays, probably Thursday nights every week, and see what we can get going.
Woohoo.
Okay.
But
Be awesome.
let's play another game real quick with Storyteller. Give us some trivia, sir.
We do have some trivia, and surprisingly enough, it's God of War related.
Oh, snap.
What? So there was a really cool kind of secret that was in the original God of War that I heard about, but I never found myself. So which of these methods unlocked a secret phone number in the original PS2 version of God of War?
Okay.
Options are collecting all collectibles, beating the game 10 times, hitting a statue 100 times, or having sex in the game 200 times. Jordan.
Beating the game 10 times.
Beating the game 10 times. Danny.
I'm of hitting the stone 100.
You said hitting the statue 100?
It's a
Charlie.
specific statue,
I think it's
right?
beating the game 10 times.
You think it's beating the game
think
10
so.
times? It is beating the statue 100
Oh,
times. Hitting a
snap.
statue 100 times.
The
It's-
streak is over.
It's near the end of the game, and it was a phone number you got that when you called, Kratos answered, and he I don't know exactly what he said. I'm sure you could easily find it on YouTube, but it was him just telling you like, "Congratulations for finding this," like talking like a big asshole like he is.
Great.
And I think
He's my hero.
the game director also
So an
talks,
asshole.
and it ends with Kratos killing the game director and basically ending it that way. So. At this point, Danny's the only one who got a point. So we have Guest at 1, Jordan at 7, Danny at 9, and Charlie still in the lead by 10, with 10, by 1 point.
All right. Well,
Damn it.
this has been fun, everybody. This has been our very first time to stream and record the podcast live
Yep.
with video and stuff. So if you're listening right now on your car, make sure you pay attention. We are going to start streaming every week to Twitch, as well as uploading this to YouTube. We're trying to give you more options of ways you can enjoy our wonderful content, see our wonderful faces,
Yeah.
and hear our wonderful voices.
I'm sure we'll announce it ahead of time to give y'all kind of
So-
warning when we're going to do so.
On that note, until next time, see ya. Bye.
Woo!
All right, stream. You have been
Hey.
fantastic, and we love you. And once again, see ya. Bye.